Driving through the Stepp cemetery on a dark, foggy night, you make your way to the far corner of the plots, to a tree stump that looks hauntingly like a chair. As you approach the area, the headlights on the car begin to flicker. Pushing through, you notice someone else in the distance, a figure, appearing to hold something. Your car stops. You get out to investigate and see a woman rocking a baby to sleep. A chill makes its way down your spine. You realize who it is and make a break for it. Running back to your car, you think, she's a myth. She isn't real. You just caught a glimpse of the woman in black. Myths and folklore inhabit cultures all around the world. Things like the Loch Ness Monster, Yeti, and Leprechaun tend to integrate their way into people's lives. And although Hawkins, Indiana, and the Demogorgon may not exist, throughout Indiana we have our own myths and folklore that we will explore together. My name is Casey Terry, and this is Hoosier Lore. Welcome to Hoosier Lore. I am your host, Casey Terry with the Indiana Historical Society. They often provide a cautionary, moralistic, or belief-confirming component that changes with the times to reflect current societal concerns and fears. These tales play an important role in helping us develop and understand our community and the world around us. In this series, we are going to explore the myths and folklore that originated in Indiana. Stepp Cemetery is located deep within the Morgan Monroe State Forest in Martinsville, Indiana. It dates to the mid-1800s, with the oldest gravestone being Isaac Hartstock's, dated to 1850. For its first 50 years, the cemetery was used by the area's rural farming families. Then, in the 1900s, William Crabb and his followers, known as Crabbites, inhabited the cemetery briefly, before moving on to Brown County. This fringe fundamentalist group left their own mark on Stepp Cemetery, using it for religious practices, which included rattlesnakes and speaking in tongues, as well as performing water baptisms and sacred foot washings. By 1929, the Crabbites were gone, and Stepp Cemetery became part of the state forest. It was not long after this that the stories began to spread about a frightening ghost in the cemetery. In the far corner of the cemetery, there sits the grave of an infant next to a lonely chair-shaped tree stump, known as the Warlock Chair. Most nights, a ghostly woman dressed in black visits the infant's grave. Some nights, she can be found sitting upon the Warlock Chair and gently rocking the corpse of the infant, trying to soothe it. Other nights, she simply sits on the chair and weeps. The woman in black protects the grave and sends warnings to stay away. Visitors to the site have experienced headlights going out and their cars suddenly dying as they neared the cemetery. She has also cursed the Warlock Chair, so that those who sit upon it experience a serious misfortune or even death. Once, a German shepherd jumped into the chair, and the next morning was found dead. Many of the stories surrounding Stepp Cemetery and the Lady in Black have been found to date between the 1950s and 1970s. It was around this time that the cemetery became a popular spot to hold late-night parties, during which teenagers invented and spread stories about the cemetery. The dead German shepherd was unfortunately real, but did not die because of any curse. The poor canine was killed by a group of boys who were later tried for their actions. The Crabbites were also real, and their extreme practices likely provided inspiration for spooky stories. In the comments, let us know what you took away from this tale and how it could be changed to fit modern day. If you enjoy Hoosier Lore, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out indianahistory.org.